All right, we're looking pretty good here. We've got some sunshine. Of course, we continue to keep an eye on Melissa down here in the tropics, of course, now making its way through Cuba this morning, early this morning, and now making its way up towards portions of the Turks and Caicos Island and also to the southern Bahamas as well. Thankfully, the worst of the weather is going to be off towards the east over towards the Turks and Caicos. But either way, this storm is slowly pushing away from the mainland, but still has winds over 100 miles per hour. So it's still doing some pretty good work out there towards the north and east. All right, as we look at our weather picture, we've got high pressure. The big blue H is in charge of the weather. We've got a front moving by to our north, but we've got that hazy sunshine here. I say hazy sunshine because we're starting to see that haze layer develop in more areas. Of course, this is Park City. Looking at Main Street there, you can see dry roadways right now, but you do have some sunshine, but it's hard to tell that it's blue just because, again, we've got a little bit of that haze layer that's showing up out there across parts of the area. Meanwhile, let me take you over to Tooele right now. You can see a lot of blue sky, but if you look way off there in the distance there, you could probably see a little bit of that haze bouncing up against the mountains there. But temperatures slow to warm once again as the inversion is in place. So that is really going to slow things down from really just taking off like we would normally see this time of the day. So temperatures are still in the low 60s down in St. George. We've got 40s and 50s along the Wasatch Front and 40s and 50s across central and southern sections of the state as well. So the main stormy weather pattern is off to our east, and that's really where it's going to stay for the next 7 days or so. We're going to have everything going up and around us, and that means we just stay quiet with high pressure in charge, creating that pleasant weather out there. But we will see a little layer of haze that will try to build in across the state as we get into your Thursday. That will continue to build up for us here. But there is going to be what I call the inversion buster that's going to try to sneak through. That's going to be a weak front that's going to move by as we go into your Thursday night. It's not going to bring us any precipitation, probably not going to bring us much in the way of cloud cover, but what it will do is it will switch the winds around to out of the north, and that will help to clear out the inversion layer. So really that's the only problem that we're going to have with our weather, and we're going to clear that out, and that sets us up for a very nice holiday weekend heading our way. So for the rest of today, a lot of sunshine, but hazy sunshine along the Wasatch Front. Temperatures climbing into the upper 50s to low 60s. We'll be in the 60s along the I-70 corridor and in the 70s across lower Washington County. And then tonight it is going to be cold out there again. So we'll call it the 3 C's: clear, calm, and cold across the area. So prepare for that for your early morning start on Thursday. Now, taking a sneak peek here at your Halloween outlook here. The good news is for most of us as we head out the door, if you're planning on doing some trick-or-treating or you're going to some kind of a Halloween get-together, looks like the weather will be pretty nice out there overall. Friday evening, we're looking at mostly clear skies and fairly nice conditions out there. Breaking it down for you in St. George, we're looking at temperatures going from the 70s down into the 60s through the evening with clear skies, and then along the Wasatch Front, we'll be going from the 50s into the 40s. So it may be a base layer on for the kiddos as they go out in their costumes, but you don't need to cover them up with the heavy coats or anything like that. Should be fairly comfortable as you do that. Don't forget, we set those clocks back. Again, as I was mentioning earlier, sunset will go from Saturday at 6:59 to 5:22 by Sunday. So you're going to notice it getting darker a lot earlier, and that will continue as we go throughout the next couple of months here. Also, don't forget to change those batteries and those smoke detectors. A good reminder for that. St. George, 70s pretty much sticking around with us through the rest of the week, and the weekend is looking pretty nice with sunshine and temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80. Hazy sunshine, below average temperatures the next few days, but Halloween's looking pretty nice, and the weekend not looking too shabby with temperatures in the mid-60s. Guys?